What is up, everybody? My name is Mike. I am the American Analyst, and today we're going to be looking at my thoughts, predictions, and just general musings on the upcoming Iowa caucuses. So sit tight and let's get into it. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and get into this. So this is from the New York Times, and we're going to be looking at the various Democratic candidates for 2020 and how they're shaping up in Iowa. Uh, so Michael Bennet, I didn't even know this guy was still running. I thought this guy had already dropped out. He's not. He has no shot. I don't know why he hasn't. I can't imagine that anybody. I can't imagine who's voting for this guy in Iowa. It's just amazing to me. All right, so we don't really need to talk about Michael Bennet. All right, now we got everybody's favorite, Sleepy Joe Biden. Ran for president twice. I did not know that. I know he ran in 2008 and got beat by both Clinton and Obama. Did not know. I don't know the other time. I think it was in the 80s. Importantly, known for his down-to-earth personality. That's one way to put it. He is doing really good with African Americans. That's the one thing that people are saying that could really help him out in the long run. However, for Iowa, it's kind of like 85% white people. So he's really not doing that well in Iowa. I would say comparatively, he's in second place right now. I'll be showing you the polls in a bit. I think he could win. The fact is, with Biden, I don't think he's all there. I really don't think that he's in full possession of his faculties, is one way to put it. So I think he could win Iowa. I don't think he will. And I certainly don't think that he could win in the general against Trump. I think Trump would demolish him in the debates. I think it wouldn't even be a contest. So moving on to Mr. Bloomberg, former mayor of New York. So here's what I have to say about Mike Bloomberg. Stop putting commercials on my TV. I see a Bloomberg commercial every 50 seconds. It's some commercial for Mike Bloomberg. And this dude has, I think it's somewhere in the $100 million range of his own money that he has spent on campaign ads. And I feel truly, truly sorry for the people in Iowa who are probably can't, walk 5 seconds without seeing this person's face. I'm sitting here in Illinois, and I mean, this guy's, I get a commercial for him all the time. So there's just that alone is enough for me not to support it. Like, dude, leave me alone. As for if he could win, I actually think he could. I don't think he could win Iowa because he joined the race too late. But I think he could. It's a long shot, but I think he could win the primary, and I think he could beat Trump. I don't know. I'm not entirely certain, but I think he could. The problem is, as I said, he joined really, really late. So we'll see if shelling out $100 million is enough to be that late to join. Pete Buttigieg, I don't think Pete has a shot. I think he has no chance. Especially in Iowa, I think he has no chance, particularly in South Carolina, which is the third caucus. So we have Iowa, then New Hampshire, then South Carolina. I think he has no chance. I think the dude is he's just white bread. He's just boring. There's nothing about him that makes him stand out. And if he somehow started gaining traction, I think it would come up that he, in particular, hasn't really beaten anybody, which is a lot of people's biggest concern with Pete Buttigieg, that he's won. I mean, South Bend's not tiny. It's got like 100,000 people, give or take. However, he hasn't really beaten anybody on the national scale, and I really think that's going to count against him. So Pete Buttigieg, sorry, I don't think you have a chance. Tulsi Gabbard, I like Tulsi, I really do. However, she has even less of a chance. And as we go down, I think we still got Bernie and Warren left in my list here. But as we go down, less and less of a chance for people. Tulsi has the Democratic establishment hates Tulsi. Almost, I think they hate Bernie more, but they do. Democratic establishment hates Tulsi Gabbard in particular for some reason. I actually have no idea why. That's not true. I think it's because she. And I think it's because she did not support Hillary in 2016. I think that's why Tulsi is not, in particular, supported by the Democrats. In fact, she's reviled by the Democratic establishment. Go on YouTube, watch some SNL clips of Tulsi Gabbard. They literally depict her as a comic book villain. It's hilarious. I mean, it's crazy. But however, she has no chance, which is a shame. I disagree with her on a lot of issues, but I think she's a person with integrity, which is more than you could say for probably 3/4 of the candidates, if you ask my personal opinion. Klobuchar, very similar to Buttigieg, just why? why would someone vote for Klobuchar? She's just boring. She's so boring. I don't know. And of course, there are all those stories with her campaign staff, and that apparently she's a very, very strict boss, which could be good for a president, but it's just it seems like she has a personality outside of politics, and then who she is on the debate stage and on the campaign trail. So I mean, personally, I wouldn't vote for her, me personally. I mean, even her smile kind of looks a little bit fake, to be honest. Deval Patrick, I saw this guy. I had not even heard of this person. Bain Capital, that's really interesting. Bain Capital is Romney's company. So he's former governor, current executive at Bain Capital, running for president in Romney's company. That's very interesting. I didn't know that. Maybe I'll look into that a little bit more. I mean, I have heard of him, but I've heard of him so little that I saw him, I was like, oh yeah, it's that guy. So I really have nothing to say. He obviously has no chance. Why he has not dropped out, why a lot of these candidates have not dropped out is beyond me, honestly. All right, so here we go. We got Bernie. He's made a big comeback. Mr. Sanders has. I shouldn't even call it a comeback, but he's kind of been gaining a lot of momentum in the last couple of weeks. I think that Bernie could possibly. I think Bernie could win the caucus. I don't think he will win in a general. So I think he will win Iowa. That's a spoiler alert. That's my big prediction. Well, not really. Everybody's saying that. I think he's going to win Iowa. I think he's going to win New Hampshire. The question is going to be, can he maintain that momentum going forward throughout the campaign? And I don't know. I definitely don't think he can beat Trump. I know I'm going to start. We'll start off first video on YouTube. We're going to start off making some people mad. I don't think he can beat Trump. I think he would get demolished by Donald Trump. But I'm happy to be proven wrong. We'll see. But I definitely think he's going to win Iowa. Tom Steyer now. Billionaire Tom Steyer running for the Democrats. That's just not going to work. This guy seems so fake when he's on the campaign stage. I literally can't believe this person is actually running. Like, everything he says seems like a lie to me. Like, he goes up on the campaign stage and he's like, we need to regulate these, corporations, and we can't have billionaires. And it's like, dude, you're one of these people. Like, what are you doing? If you don't want there to be any billionaires, how about you start with yourself? That's always one good way to go about life. All right. Warren, I think Warren is the worst candidate. Not in her chances to win, but as a human being. I do not think I think some of these people, I think, are just disingenuous. Like, I think Klobuchar, as I said, is just disingenuous. Tom Steyer is the same. I mean, I think they're just putting on that political face that they think can help them win. I genuinely think Elizabeth Warren is actually a liar. I really do. I don't think she actually believes any of the things that she's saying. I don't think she's going to win in Iowa. I don't think she's going to get any of these states. Well, maybe Massachusetts, because that's her home state. But I think that I really think it would be interesting to see her win, just so we could see how much her positions shift in the general election. I think everybody, of all the candidates rather, everybody's going to shift a little bit in the general. But Warren, I think, because she's full, like, give everybody free college, give everybody free healthcare. Don't worry, about how to pay it. I'm super genius, Harvard professor. I have a secret formula. That's how we're gonna pay for it. It's a secret sauce, secret Warren sauce. And as soon as the general hits, I guarantee all that's gonna go out the window. She's, I've reconsidered my position about that. All right, yeah, sure you have. Warren, again, I think is terrible. I think she's a terrible person, but it's not impossible for her to win. I think she has more of a chance to win. I don't even know if I'd say. I think she has more of a chance to win than Buttigieg, but barely, because those are our top four as of right now: is Biden, Warren, Buttigieg, and Bernie. I think she's probably in third place. This is just my predictions, but it's a distant third. For now. It's Biden and Bernie. All right, then we got the leader, the illustrious leader of the Yang Gang, Mr. Andrew Yang himself. Yang, I think, again, is like Tulsi. I think he's a genuine person. I think he's a person with integrity who believes in what he's saying. I don't think UBI is a good solution, but I think he's trying to look at problems in a new light, which is always very useful, particularly in American politics. Like, let's not go with the old answers. Let's try to think of some outside the box solutions, as it were. So Yang, I mean, he has no chance. But and again, Yang, Tulsi, and Bernie, they're all hate. The Democrats all hate them. Why? I have no idea. I have no idea. But best of luck to you, Yang Gang leader. And so those are our candidates for 2020. Now we're gonna head over to Real Clear Politics, and here's our graph. This is really confusing me. I don't like how they structured this. Right here is what you need to know. RCP politics average. So the way the RCP average works is that they take all of these polls here and they just form an aggregate. Like, you can see some of these have wild variations. Like, I was looking through this earlier, like University of Iowa poll, Warren at +5. Oh man. But fair enough to them. That was on 10/28. So that was back in October, if I have my months right. Yeah, that was back in October. So, I mean, we'll see. I mean, we got a couple here, USA Today with Biden at +6. This is, again, my personal opinion, you always want to go with the average. It's the one that's most likely to be correct. So we got right here, Sanders 24, Biden 21, Buttigieg 16, Warren at 15, and then drops off to Klobuchar, Yang, Steyer, Gabbard. So I was wrong about Buttigieg, well, at least in the polling. They have Buttigieg about 1 point above Warren, but I still think Warren has a better overall shot in the long run. I think Buttigieg is going to fade, unfortunately, especially after these Iowa polls. But right now, it's all Bernie. It's all Bernie right now. It's his to lose. That being said, the closer he gets to winning, the more the smears are going to come out. We've already seen it with Warren in CNN at the debate. If you haven't seen it, it's hilarious. So Bernie goes up to Warren, He puts his hand out to shake her hand. She refuses to shake his hand. And then after that, they release the audio of what they, being CNN, released the audio of what they said. And it was something like, I think you called me a liar on national TV. Actually, that was I think you called me a liar on national TV. Bernie's just like, like what? Like completely blindsided. And he starts to engage and then just stops himself because he knows anything he says in that exact moment is just going to be used against him. So, I mean, that was definitely the right political move by Bernie. So my predictions for Iowa: Sanders is going to win. Biden is going to be in a close second. 3.7. Honestly, that seems pretty good. I was thinking more about 2 to 3, to be honest with you. That's just my personal prediction. So we got Sanders, probably 2 to 3 point win, and then everybody else falling off. I don't see how today, as I'm recording this early Sunday afternoon, I don't see how today that Bernie could lose Iowa. I don't see how it's going to happen, but the race as a whole still up in the air. So thank you for listening. Once again, I'm Mike. I am the American Analyst. First video of many, I am hoping. Thank you for joining me, and I will talk to you next time. Thanks. Thank you all for listening. This is Mike, the American Analyst. Follow me on Twitter, Minds, and subscribe to me on YouTube, and be sure to hit that bell notification. I'll be coming out with new videos every single day for your viewing enjoyment. Have a good one.